Okay. I think we're live now.
Yeah.
We're live. Hey guys, welcome to Blocktalk. I'm Freddie Hartline.
I'm Alex Dirk.
We're at the Central Vancouver. This is what show number is this?
We are on Bitcoin block 360,800.
And what's the date again? Is it the 12th or 13th today?
Today is the 13th of June.
13th of June. There we go. Alex's birthday was like last week.
Yeah, it was last Wednesday. It was a fun time. We took a break last week, but we had a great time at Maker Faire.
We did.
And then I spent a little time for another TV show.
Yeah, so it was really cool. It was a good week. I was going to say a word about Quadrica. Quadrica is our main sponsor here at Decentral, and we're very thankful to have them. They're the best exchange in Canada, best Bitcoin exchange in Canada. Their high today, they're trading around 288. Their low today was around 281, 282. The last trade was around 285.5, and their volume today is almost 200 coins. Not bad for a Canadian exchange. All right, so let's get out of the.
You want to share? Yeah.
Skip that.
Just go to my screen.
There we go. And where are you?
I'm second from the left.
Oh, that one there?
Yeah, the QR code.
Oh, yeah, right.
All right, guys. So, we got our Bitcoin pop machine here, which just dispensed a cold, refreshing beer.
Yeah.
This is the address, guys, and I've also put this on our Twitter to be able to send Bitcoin to the space here if you want to buy one of our lovely gentlemen in the audience here a drink.
Or me, or Alex.
Yeah, I could really use a cold beverage right now. But,
it's like our experiment. I need to turn the camera so we can see that. So yeah, that over there's Carrie getting some chow. And usually the studio looks a lot better than this, guys, but it's just been really busy lately. So all this mess you see on the table is me being lazy. But that pop machine there, right there, that's the QR code, and when people hit that QR code, this light goes woo, and out at the bottom comes the beer. Oh, and those are kittens, guys. Those are real live kittens. Okay. All right, so back to the show.
All right, yeah, let's start introducing our guests now, because I'm sure they're itching to tell us a little bit about their services today. So to start off, we have Alejandro Del Torro. So Alejandro, tell us about your business, SendChat, and I guess when you got into Bitcoin.
Well, hi. Thanks for having me here. Yeah, SendChat is a messaging app that you can send digital currency with. However, we just got Blocktrail, just acquired SendChat. So I'm working now with Blocktrail, heading business development there, which I'm very happy to join the team. Very excited there. I joined Bitcoin 2.5 years ago and got into it. Yeah, just loved it. Loved everything about it, and knew that this was the field for me, and I've been working ever since.
Very good. So yeah, we'll go more in depth onto SendChat in a sec. Let's get to our next guest, your new business partner, Boaz. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, from Blocktrail.
Yes, my name is Boaz. You're pronouncing it more or less correct. I got into Bitcoin in 2013. I guess a lot of people did at that time. I guess I spent a few hours looking into it. I must have heard of it earlier, but after you spend a few hours reading about Bitcoin, you really get gripped by it, and there's no turning back after that point. Blocktrail is what we do. It's a platform for Bitcoin developers, and our acquisition of SendChat is part of our greater move into consumer tools that we want to introduce in the next few months.
Very good. All right, and then we have our final guest, Collin LeHay from Gambit Coin. So, Collin, tell us about yourself.
Hey, yeah, thanks for having me. I'm a cryptocurrency trader and moving into Forex as well. I got into Bitcoin in early 2013. Sounds like everyone kind of did here. And I'm the manager of Gambit Coin. GAM is the ticker, and it's a new token that has a kind of trading fund behind it. Is the kicker.
Very good. So I guess let's talk about the recent acquisition of SendChat. So tell us a little bit, I guess, about the history of SendChat, because you guys had two crowdfund events with the former Arch Ventures Block Trust. So I really want to hear more about like the journey that you guys have taken to get here.
Well, it's been a fun journey. The first crowdfund was both of the crowdfunds were unsuccessful. The first one we did manage to raise about 50,000 euro, but we did not hit the minimum. And the second one we raised not too much, just 13 Bitcoin, which was disappointing. But in the second one, I decided to work with Blocktrail more. And actually, that turned out to be a really wise decision because there we started the relationship and we found out that actually would be, the acquisition is a better move for everyone in this sense. And yeah, things happen for a reason, I say.
So have you guys suspended your relationship with Block Trust then?
Well, it was no, Block Trust was just the platform that we did the crowdfund on, and since it was not successful, that's it. That's the end of that.
I see.
Yeah, but we're very, very happy with Block Trust. By the way, they're very. They dealt with me when I was all nervous and stuff a couple times, and it was a very professional relationship, and I thank them for everything they did.
So what's the next step for SendChat? Since you guys, I guess, are you doing another crowdfund, or are you guys kind of privately funding it?
No. Well, what's happening now is that Blocktrail has wants to come out with consumer tools as well as more towards the consumer products for the consumer. So we're going to be using our both of our talents and our forces to work on that. And no, we're not going to have any more crowdfunds for SendChat, nothing like that. Now it's going to be sort of going to be rebranded under Blocktrail, sort of. But yeah, just stay tuned. In a couple months, we'll be coming out with more information about that.
Cool. No, I'm excited to hear it. I love the Telegram app, so if you guys are integrating altcoins into it, I think that's going to be a really great start for consumers to get into the space. Just one last question for you. What kind of volume did you guys have? Because I saw you used, with the last crowdfund, you used Shapeshift to allow altcoins to be donated.
Yeah, that was Blocktrust. That was Blocktrust, which was a really cool idea. But yeah, the last crowdfund was not successful, so at the end of the day, the volume doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Well, I'll take a moment just to say in the news, Shapeshift just launched a new trading app, like Bitcoin Wallet. I guess it syncs with Bread Wallet, and it's. I haven't had a chance to try it out yet, but I think this is really good for to make the process of buying and selling altcoins and kind of bringing more volume and momentum into the space. Shapeshift.io, that's it's a really good service, and I'm looking forward to trying out their app and linking with the Bread Wallet. Because last weekend we were at the Maker Faire, and we were using blockchain.info, but we had a hard time explaining to people Bitcoin when blockchain.info was down. So yeah, we got to get away from the centralized services. But it was a good time nonetheless. So I guess we'll move on to Blocktrail. So you guys are a Bitcoin-based API. What other services are you kind of doing?
We have a block explorer, which is actually where we started, and it's actually one of our. It's a very popular block explorer in terms of the Bitcoin-only block explorers because it doesn't support any altcoins right now except for testnet, which you could consider some kind of an alt in a way. Apart from the block explorer and the API, we have a web wallet which we recently released, which makes it easier to manage the wallets that you create with APIs. And going forward, we're going to be moving into consumer tools, and that's why we were working with Alejandro for a while he was working on SendChat, and there was really a lot of synergy between our plans and what Alejandro was doing. So the fact that his crowdfund was unsuccessful, I would say, worked out for all of us, including Alejandro. So all worked out for the best, I would say.
Very good. I noticed you guys are doing, the two of you were doing a promotion with a Slack-based tipping bot, and that was really good. Yeah.
That Slack bot is something our CTO actually built during a hackathon that we were running in Amsterdam, and we released it as a fun product to have out there. It's open source, so anyone could take it and modify it and change it how they want. add functionality or remove functionality. And it's just something we put out there. It's not really something we're focusing on daily, but it's just a fun thing to have.
Oh, it's good to always see development with those kinds of products. We use ChangeTip in our Slack, but I'm not a big proponent on ChangeTip. I feel like it's a bit too centralized, but it is, I guess, kind of convenient to have one wallet across all your social medias. But I don't know, I just don't like linking them all together. It seems a little sketchy to me.
Well, the Slack bot that we have is on-chain tipping. So it's there's the school of thought that prefers everything on-chain, and the school of thought that likes things off-chain, like ChangeTip does, and we chose to do it this way.
Nice. Cool. So, yeah. Do you guys have any projects that you're releasing shortly that you want to tell us about?
Yeah, apart from the broader headline of going into consumer tools, you're going to have to give us a little bit more time before we announce it formally. But
we're working hard. We're working very hard. We're working around the clock. Yesterday we were in. I was in the financial technology conference here in Amsterdam, which was very, very informative, and I give a shout out to Holland FinTech. Yeah, the consumer space is growing, and we feel this is the right move for all of us. So yeah, this works. And by the way, you guys are also in our office in Amsterdam whenever you guys want. Cold beer over there. Beer for you guys. We don't need no BTC for that.
Nice. Yeah. No, we should definitely try and link up our pop machine with a lot more services. I think we'll get in touch with you guys because that'd be some really cool stuff. We are kind of looking at sponsors right now for the show. So we have a couple of different projects that we definitely need some help on and support that we would do sponsorship for. So yeah, the Pepsi machine, we definitely want to make this a staple of the space and build some more cool stuff with it. I think if we can get make it easier for people to buy us beer, everyone wins.
We've got the cat pulling the kitten across the floor right now. It's really kind of funny.
Yeah.
We gotta get another camera. We have to get a kitten camera set up for everybody.
Yeah, that'll be another thing. You guys can tip the kittens.
Yeah. So what are we going to talk about today?
So we've been talking with the SendChat Trail about their regular their products and whatnot. But I guess you went to get ice cream. So
I went to get ice cream.
You missed that good conversation.
Yeah. We're gonna have a
I've
block.
got a question.
Yeah.
Since you guys had the unsuccessful crowd campaign with Block Trust, is it going to change the scope of SendChat, or what is the future developments looking like for that?
Well, like I said, we're working closely with Blocktrail, and we're it's gonna be on the Blocktrail. It's an acquisition into the Blocktrail family, and both working together to look into the whole team's working to release some consumer tools. So it's gonna be along the lines of it's gonna be something that say something like that. I mean, it's gonna be a consumer related product. So there.
Gotcha.
Nice.
Cool.
So
I had a question about that crowdfunding. Was there any sales commission associated with the sales of it?
Yeah, there was a fee involved. It was 2.5 Bitcoin, I think, or 2 Bitcoin. Yeah, 2 Bitcoin in the beginning, and then 20%, or I'm sorry, 2% commission fee. I mean, fee of whatever you earned plus 3 Bitcoin. So yeah.
Interesting.
Nice. Yeah, that was a great question, Collin. Let's give Collin, I guess, a little bit of time to tell us some more about Gambit. I know he was on a previous show, but he didn't have much time. So can we get the full blurb on Gambit, Collin?
Yeah, sure. Well, just starting from the top, the idea of it isn't like other cryptocurrencies where the altcoins say they want to change the environment and have everyone accept it, just like they do Bitcoin and kind of compete with that. We're avoiding all of that and just keeping it as specifically a trading token, a derivative of Bitcoin. So it's always going to be tied to the Bitcoin price rather than the dollar or world acceptance, and it's just going to be used for the exchanges. But moving past that, the idea behind it is to bring in outside revenue, new money into the cryptocurrency environment, because what we experience a lot right now is the same money being traded between each other. So You look at the altcoin exchanges, and it's just the same people transferring wealth to each other. It's not a lot of new money coming in. So we're looking to change that with both a trading fund that can potentially earn money from Forex and the large Bitcoin exchanges and move that into the derivative token, as well as other assets that, as a community, we can choose to acquire or not. So if we have a website for sale that looks like it's something we'd be interested in as a community, we could all vote, and if there's a 2/3 majority that seems like a good investment as the community, we would acquire it with the funds that we've already raised, and then use that revenue and put it back into the altcoins, into Bitcoin, and then into Gambit. So it's kind of like an experimental token. The trading fund is the big thing that's going kind of viral right now, and that's where we have the fund, which is around 200 Bitcoin, and that is divided between a bunch of traders who are all competing for making calls. It's been a big thing on Twitter and TradingView and YouTube, where people will make their calls saying, hey, I think Bitcoin's going up, down, whatnot, for anything, any market. And this kind of puts that ego to a friendly competition where everyone is making calls publicly on a spreadsheet, but we're actually having money follow those calls, and then the higher performing individuals will raise the ranks in the ladder, so to speak, and have more of the fund follow their trades. And then they also earn a percentage of any potential profits, if there is any, from just doing the work of the technical analysis and being, having high probability of choosing the right markets.
Would we be able to see that spreadsheet right now?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
So is this a project that you're managing just yourself, or do you have a team of guys?
I'm working with a lot of people. I'm kind of the public face of it. You call me the dev, even though I don't actually do the dev work myself. I kind of hire other people to do the actual coding. I'm more the marketing and managerial kind. Okay. I'm trying to screen share here. It's not working. 1 second.
Well, we got a little bit of time. I'll just talk about the Bitcoin price. Just went up like $5 in the last 20 minutes here.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it moves quick, but I don't know. I don't know if Bitcoin wisdom is tripping out right now, but I'm trying to see if it's going back to regular level.
Trying to get my laptop out, guys. Trying to make some money.
Hey, yeah, bring on the longs.
Can you see my screen now?
Let's go over to your screen here.
So this is like the alpha spreadsheet. Right now I'm kind of changing it up in process of redoing it, because right now it's a little handicapped for some of the traders, because right now it allows any markets, where some people could be trading altcoins, which could go 300% in a day, and other people are trading Forex. So it's a little unfair if, let's say, for example, someone in Forex has a very tight stop and high risk management, and it moves up 15 pips against their position and it would hit their stop. Is that really a bad trade? Yeah, it lost a little money, but it's not like an altcoin that could lose 50%. So the handicaps are they need to be modified for percentage gain. But this is the current idea. So what we have at the bottom is anyone can nominate any traders they know, any friends, and so anyone on TradingView, YouTube, Twitter, for example. And then if I or someone else would reach out to them and see if they're interested in managing it. And then if they are, they would be moved up to this kind of current ladder. And these people, these individuals, are all the ones making the calls to me privately or publicly if they choose, about what trades they want to make. So we'll go to Sunny BTC number 3, for example. And then at the bottom, we would scroll over to his name. And it would have all the calls he's made so far. So for example, on 528, he told me to short the, GBP, and it was a little too high, so it kind of dumped before it hit. So the result is, 0. It didn't make or lose money for that position. But going down one, for example, his short call here, it did reach, and his target price did complete as well. So he got a point for that. And these are all paper trades. We're moving into real trading this week. But for now, these were paper trades. And so if you look, for example, that's where he called it, and obviously it tanked, so it was a good call. And then at the very end, there's just extra notes like that was a paper trade, so that the Bitcoin from the fund isn't affected by those trades. But they will be starting next week. And then the idea is any potential profits from the trades that these people make will be going, 75% goes back into the Gambit market as buy supports, and then any of those coins that are purchased from the fund that way are permanently destroyed. So it has the potential to be an increasingly rare self-destructing currency, for lack of a better word. And it just gets harder and harder to acquire if trading goes well. And so as time goes on and these traders have more and more data, there's a lot more data to sift through on who's good at calling and who thinks they are but performs poorly. And it just has a real sense because there's always Bitcoin following the trades. And then at the long-term trend, or the long-term plan is there will be 10 main traders where those have the people with the Bitcoin following them the most. So these are like the top 10 and it's constantly moving. So if someone at 10 performs poorly, they could move down to here while someone else would bump their spot. And it just kind of keeps it evolving so people are always on the top of their toes, tip of the toes, performing well is the goal. And then we also have some different things like affiliate links. This is just basically if you're going to start trading or you want to sign up under our links, we're just going to donate 100% of any referral fees that we would get. And instead of pocketing ourselves, we're going to throw it into the same idea of burning the token supply.
How does this relate to the Gambit coin?
This is all Gambit. These are the traders and the profits they make, potential profits they make from their trades. 75% of the profit buys Gambit, or buy support on Gambit for the exchanges, and then burns the supply. So if the traders perform well, then there'll be increasingly buy supports and potential volume and volatility on the exchanges. And this page has the burn tokens. So for example, we can go to the Block Explorer, and there's a permanent burn address. And this address, all these coins sent here can never be retrieved, and you can look into it by clicking the question mark, and there's more information on it and how that works. But basically, these are subtracted from the supply. And the big one right now is the 509,000, and these were the unsold tokens from the crowdfund offering right at the beginning when we sold them. I think we had a total, we had a total of 250 potential Bitcoin to be sold, and it reached just under 200, so we burned the rest of the remainder. And then the rest these are fees earned from swaps on Bitfinex, so they were labeled here.
What happens with the other 75%?
75% goes to Gambit, the buy supports. 20% goes to the traders that are making the call as an incentive to perform well. And then 5% goes to management fees.
Okay, cool. So you guys there definitely have the whole economic policy figured out. I'm glad you went with your own token and decided there was more to it than just using Bitcoin. But this is cool. I'm excited to see what we can all integrate into it. Like I know me and Colin were talking a little bit before about our price bets that we do, and actually we can cover about who won this past week. We did the show 2 weeks ago, and then the bet the time we were betting on was last Friday, even though we didn't have a show. So it was a really close race between Jackfruit and Securius. They had 228 and 219, and the price was almost right in the middle. Freddie, could you share my screen?
Oh shit, sorry. Which one is it?
That's the second one over.
Thank you.
You're
not really doing.
No, it's not coming up. Anyways, the price.
It's up now.
So it was 224.82. So Jackfruit was actually closer, within $4, and Securius is a little bit over
So,
5.
what's it at right now again?
And the price right now is 233.
Wow.
234 actually. It's jumping around like crazy. I don't know. I think we're using our full bandwidth, so it's.
Oh yeah, right.
Anyways, so that was something really cool. I think we wanted to maybe integrate, because we're very public. We do the show live, and we get you guys talking about what the price of Bitcoin is in a week. So maybe at the end of our show here in the next half hour or so, we'll do our price predictions for next week. And
yeah, for sure. And when the new spreadsheet is created, since I'm editing it right now, we can have a little spot on there just to label it every week.
Cool.
Or something similar.
Did you guys talk about Counterparty yet?
No, we'll get to the coins this week. But yeah, no, I'm excited to see what Gambit can do even beyond just because it's kind of gamifying trading. Trading already is in a way a game. So it's an interesting sort of meta trading environment.
I like it too.
For sure. And some people. Sorry, go ahead.
I was thinking, is it almost like I buy Gambit coin and then I just have like this little investment group working for me? Is that almost what it's like?
Yeah, similar to that kind of thing.
This is
A lot of traders are competing for rather than yourself doing it kind of thing. Similar to a hedge. And then another thing that I didn't mention yet is the trades are all private until they have completed. So if someone says, you know, short on Bitcoin right now, and then it goes down $5, and then we close it, and they make their 20%, the rest goes into Gambit and potentially burns the coins, and then the spreadsheet would be updated only after the position is closed, and that would prevent people from, I guess, gaming the system, or if a trader they didn't like is trading an altcoin and they have a bunch of it, they could intentionally, you know, wreck their position and ruin their score. So some people, if they're trading altcoins, they are okay with showcasing on Twitter, for example. I think I have the screen showed now. Yesterday, CoinTrader 11 said to buy Counterparty at 47,000, and he was okay with, after the position filled, that we'd reach out to Twitter and, you know, show the position. And of course today it skyrocketed, which was nice to see. But potentially he could have kept that information closed even for another, you know, 2 weeks until that the revenue or the profit has been taken.
Well, we were actually just talking before the show. Counterparty is actually in a pretty good position, I guess, to accumulate, and there is a lot of good news on the way. I think Counterparty will be a really good investment actually for people, not just a short-term buy-sell pump dump. Like Overstock is going to probably put their stock on it. We were talking to BitSim not too long ago, and they're going to have their assets hosted on their cards. It's going to be Bitcoin and Counterparty compliant. So they're talking like they're going to have some stock hosted on it too. So I think from the fundamental side and the technical side, Counterparty is a pretty good asset to be looking at.
They had their developers on Salon Talks. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah, they were good guys.
Yeah, so check out our YouTube channel, and you can find the talk that we had with them not too long ago. But yeah, I have the chart pulled up here. It definitely went up a little bit. Freddie, could you share my screen again?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of a rise here. Oh, Jesus, I'm not sharing the right screen. Give me 1 second here, guys. Bear with me.
Oh, good. What are you doing now? I'll just share.
Here we go. It's
back
good.
my screen so that everyone gets to look at us smile and wave.
Oh, hi, guys. So, yeah, like Counterparty had a decent raise here. It looks like about 50% gain. Anyways, yeah, so that's kind of a coin that I'm glad we talked about today. In other trading news, Archcoin, which we had a lot of Archcoin bulls on the show, had a very significant drop in the last day here.
Wow.
Yeah, so I think a lot of people who bought at the top and didn't listen to Brian Beamish, the Rational Investor, and they're hurting right now. But I know, like, I took some of his advice and sold a little bit on the way down and got my money back. And yeah, this is definitely we're probably going to be at this level for a little while, just from what the architect has been talking about. Sounds like they're delayed on their projects like another 6 months, but.
Do any of our guests have a comment on this?
Yeah, like I'd love to hear some comments from you guys. I know Alejandro, you've worked with them on the business side of things a bit. And,
Yeah. Well, Blocktrail was very professional. Besides that, and I spoke to Architect, a great guy, smart guy. But I don't know. The prices go up and down, right? I don't know.
So, Collin, what about you? You've probably been within Archcoin at least once or twice.
Yeah, actually, I bought it December or January when it was super low at like 3,000 something, possibly 4,000. So I did well on it, but yeah, a lot of people got hurt just because of how it was set up. The HQ, like their little mini chat room, required having 8,000 tokens of Arch, and then their CEO, is what they called it, chat room, required 32,000. So it was basically an incentive to hold. And when a lot of people do that, obviously bad things have the potential to happen when people start running for the bank. So what happened was that he had news coming out for an application for what was called Portugal 2020, and they had a deadline that everyone in the channels knew, and people were getting, well, are we going to reach the deadline? Is it going to pass, or are we going to have different problems or a different outcome? And there was a lot of silence and confusion and obviously speculation. And what resulted was Edgar just coming out and saying, we're giving up all crypto ventures for now. We're going to be delayed for the Mobi's prototype that he was selling, and basically just kind of blindsided everyone. And then it was just a huge market crash, and it was bad for all parties involved yesterday, or 2 days ago.
Yeah, it all kind of stemmed from a Q&A they did in that Slack. One topic we had with Kaz, where he talked about the scarcity of the idea is really what brings value to it, or so like scarcity of information. So when all this information gets to the holders in the Slack first, they're the ones who are moving the price the most, I guess, before other people even know what's going on. And I know that was kind of a hot ticket yesterday with
Right. One of the selling points was the CEO room, where you required 32,000 Arch coins. They would get the information first, and then it would trickle down to the HQ, and then it would trickle down to Twitter and the general public. So it would always be, multi-level marketing pyramid kind of thing, where the people in CEO would get Edgar's positions and, be able to match and buy those same coins before everyone else did. So that was the incentive to, being in the CEO room, is knowing what positions he's in. But the news yesterday was kind of a surprise to everyone, because it came in both the CEO channel and the HQ channel, and was on Twitter within 2 minutes. So everyone was rushing to the exchanges and sending their coins and dumping them just for any exit they could. And anyone that wasn't at their computer or around that day kind of, they look the next day and go, oh, wow, price just went down.
Yeah, and I know Gambla got in a lot of trouble because he tweeted out the information shortly after it was released in the Slack. But we'll talk more about that next week, actually. We have a bit of a surprise for the show next week. I'm going back to Ontario, but I've already been talking with Not So Fast, because we share the same town, Kitchener and Waterloo. And I'm going to do the show from his place next week, and we're going to have Gambla on too. And yeah, we'll get more in depth with these guys who were very bullish on Archcoin when it was at the top, and hear what they have to say after all this news has been dropped and the price has kind of settled back down to this floor here at 6,000 or 8,000 satoshis.
Yeah, the thing is, Edgar basically is putting up a buy wall. So anyone that was in the message he wrote that made everyone sell was, if anyone wanted to exit, he's going to provide them one. And so there's been also speculation that if, he was the one dumping from 75,000 all the way to 15,000, then yeah, he'd have no problem buying all those coins back at 6,000 and then running it up again in 3 months. So it's just kind of the plan is working.
8,000.
What's that?
You don't really know what people are doing. He might have been buying all the way down from 12, 11, 10, 9, 8.
Right. The Block Explorer only shows so much. I mean, you can see the number 2 wallet moved 200,000 coins, and then things started going bad. But yeah, it's just speculation by all ends.
But that was in their white paper to talk about predictable volatility, and you're getting the most information, I guess, to follow along. Like, it seemed to be like an easy play-by-play as soon as you have bought in enough to get the information.
Correct, but like the situation that happened, people on Twitter that had no Arch knew the same information, so it wasn't very predictable to the people in, that were held 32,000 or more coins.
Yep. So, Boaz, do you do any altcoin trading, or are you a bit of a Bitcoin purist?
I'm not a purist, but I don't trade in altcoins simply because I'm not a trader myself. I'm more technologically oriented. Trading is not my thing. I heard of Arch through Twitter and Alejandro here and there. I don't know too much about it, to be honest. So I can't really comment on anything related to it.
Okay. Well, yeah, I think altcoins right now in general, the volumes are really died off, and a lot of people are kind of, I guess, in a bit of a depression stage. But then the more experienced traders, we're all just giddy right now because this is the best time to buy for a lot of these projects that are they're kind of in underground modes, but there's still the occasional pumps going on, just not with the same veracity that was happening earlier in the last 2 months when we started the show. But yeah, no, it's been good.
I have a question for Alejandro. So I was wondering what your thoughts would be on the idea of setting like some sort of sales commission on people that sell the crowdfunding for SendChat and using multiple agents. And so whichever agent sells some of the crowdfunding for SendChat, they would then receive 10% of that sale.
Sounds like an interesting idea, but it sounds like also like a management nightmare.
Yeah, that's the marketplace we really need.
Yeah, it's a good idea, but like I said, I'm not really thinking about crowdfunds anymore, you know. So it's a cool idea, though.
For crowdfunding though, I forget. Did you guys say you were going to look to do another crowdfund, or you're purely funded? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
well, I like
Blocktrail's
to
also shut down. I don't know if you're going to do that a third time, but yeah, Edgar basically said that he's shutting down all projects that aren't related specifically to real-world selling movies. So his side projects like Block Trust and his multi-pool are just kind of closed now.
Yeah, I imagine there's still something going on in the background though. Like it almost seems like he's trying to create bad news to keep the price down, to have people dump into his wall.
Who knows? Yeah, it doesn't help his reputation though for the general public.
Yeah,
So we'll see.
no, that's what happened when a trader is also a developer, I guess. But I don't know. We're all kind of traders. When as soon as you buy your first Bitcoin, you're now a multi-currency trader. But yeah, I still enjoy doing a little bit of forex trading and whatnot. But I think we can kind of start winding down here, unless you guys had some other news stories or topics you wanted to talk about. Other news. There's Jumbucks. For those of you who don't want to buy 8,000 Slack or 8,000 Arch to get into the altcoin Slack, you can get in for free to the Jumbucks Slack, and there's definitely a lot of cool people in there. It's great for asking questions, learning more about the space. Collin, I believe you're also in the Jumbucks Slack that JF created this past 2 weeks.
Yeah, for sure. Julie and I are friends, and he's helped me a lot with my coin, actually. What I see the Slack as is basically kind of coin markets people. The IRC chat room from a year or two ago, that was kind of where all the traders centralized, has kind of been slowly dying out, and people are moving to different Slacks. And that's kind of like a centralized one where all those traders and people can join in, and it's open to everyone. You don't have to own JBS, like you said.
I'm in there as well.
Yeah, it's good. I like the free Slacks. It's a good place to connect with people and have more than 140 characters to talk to people. And the global Bitcoin channel is really cool too. Like I'm trying to get our show out as often as possible on it.
The Gambit code base is based off Jumbucks, so there's that as well.
Oh, nice. So has JF contributed at all to Jumbucks or commented on it?
To a Gambit, yeah, he's helped a lot, just with different things. And also, if they come out with anything cool, because they're always working on neat little things, it'll be easily ported over as well.
Nice. All right, guys. Let's, I guess, start looking at the price, and maybe we can make a prediction. For those of you who aren't familiar, every week we do a price bet on what you would buy Bitcoin for the following week. So basically, what's the price going to be next Friday at 7 o'clock Pacific time? So we've been going off the Phoenix price, just because US dollar, I guess, is a little easier for everyone to figure. Anyone in the room want to make a prediction or a guess? Well, I'll start.
I always like it to go up.
Yeah.
I could never go down.
Well, we got a nice green candle coming here. I'll probably start here. I'm going to say we're probably going to get some resistance at around 235. So I'm going to guess 234.
I think the same.
Oh, we're gonna have 2 on 234, eh?
Yeah.
So, sorry, who was that was just talking?
Alejandro.
All right, so Alex and Alejandro, we're going on 234, and then Boaz, would you like to participate in our bet?
Sure. I mean, it's not easy to guess on the exact number, but I'll give it a shot. You know, for the sport. I'm just looking at my charts here, trying to pick a good number. I'll go with 228.
228.
Oh, I stole mine. I'll go with 227.
227 for Collin. All right, Freddie is not here. I guess he maybe went to get more ice cream. I don't know. Jesse, do you want to get in the bet on this week? Oh, here's Freddie. Freddie, what's the price going to be next week for Bitcoin?
Are we there already in the show?
Yeah, we're just kind of winding down a bit.
Okay. Jesus, what do I think it's going to be? What's it? I think 240. I'm going to go with 240 again. I've been bullish on it. I feel like upward momentum happening right now. So.
Is this the closest without going over, or how are we playing this one?
No, this is like the closest no matter what.
Yeah.
Either side.
We're going to do, the closest price. So it's going to get pretty exact. We'll go to decimals if we have to.
Oh.
Okay, I'll do 226.
Oh, 226? Okay. So you got the bottom of the pile. We'll see. One thing that's really been interesting on the show is that Bitcoin price has been so stable that we've never gone outside of the bandwidth of the highest bet or the lowest bet. It's always kind of been within that range.
Yeah.
So, no, that's good. I think we get a real good feel for sentiment right now.
Yeah, it's been stable. It's pretty stable for quite a few months now. Almost this entire year. It's been hovering around this range.
Kind of weird, huh? It's like it's found its like thing, but the halving is happening in a year, right?
Yeah.
That's gonna be.
And Litecoin just had their little breakout today, and they also have their halving even sooner than that. So we'll see what happens over there.
Yeah. So are you guys buying into Litecoin right now, holding on to it a little longer, doing any futures trading?
I don't own any right now, but I have traded it before many times.
It's going to $50. Woo!
Yeah, right.
All right, let's put that
That was
on
the
the
first call I had when Max Kaiser tweeted that, 2 or 3 years ago, whatever it was. Litecoin to $50, all in.
That's hilarious.
That's
He
great.
got pretty close.
It did. It got to 38. Is that where it got to?
Well, it's $50 Canadian.
Oh, was it really?
I think so, something like that.
Crazy. Yeah, but now my four friends that bought in at 32 aren't very happy.
Oh, I bought in at 12, and going down to $2 was hurtful.
Yeah.
I was burned bad by that. I didn't like it at all. But
Yeah.
They better pick up a few more if they bought at 30.
Yeah.
yeah, no.
Yeah, Max Kaiser was pumping Primecoin yesterday. He just raised his $1.6 million fund that he has a 50% equity in. And yeah, he was just tweeting, and the price tripled instantly. And then he said, whatever the name of his equity company is, that we should think about buying and holding it long term. So, and it's just on Cryptsy right now. It's the main exchange since BTCE took it down. So the markets have just been pretty crazy.
Sorry, you said that was Primecoin?
Primecoin, XPM, yeah, which generally people don't hear about because it's kind of a super old coin. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
super old coin that's based on like some weird prime numbers stuff. Right?
Yeah,
Right,
I
yeah.
remember.
a month ago they just got a new world record, but I don't know the specifics, so I'm not even going to try.
That's pretty exciting.
Yeah, no, I like the idea of duality on the hashing power, using it to calculate prime numbers. That actually brings value, and
Yeah.
like in terms of proof of work, because there's so many proof of work coins that I feel like are going to die off with just lack of miners. That they always have incentive to keep working, I guess.
Yeah.
They have an actual task they're trying to perform. So yeah, I think that's pretty good for the show here,
We're on
guys.
Bose right now.
Are we on Bose?
Yeah.
Oh,
Got a question for him. Bose, where are you located again? Are you in Amsterdam?
I'm based in Amsterdam, but right now I'm in Israel just visiting some family. But,
Oh, very cool. Super cool.
and then Alejandro, we asked you before the show, but can you tell us again where you're located?
I'm located in Amsterdam. We have an office here. Blocktrail.
Right. So is that the SendChat office?
I guess you'd call it that. Boss, what do you think about that?
now it is a sunshine.
There you go.
That's interesting.
And Colin, you're somewhere in North America, yeah? What time zone area you're at?
I'm central right now. I'm in Minnesota.
You where, Minnesota?
Minnesota?
Minnesota, yeah. So just south of you guys.
No, Twin Cities, right? That's the Twin
Yep.
Cities?
Is it? Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, Minneapolis and Minnesota.
Nice.
Very cool. Awesome. So are we done with our questions and our stuff for the day today? Really?
Yeah. I don't know. I could tell you guys a story of yesterday of something that I almost made money on. We were at the park at Kitts Beach, and there's these two girls that were playing baseball. Saw a guy sleeping with a jacket over him, and I said to my friends right away, I'm like, I bet you $5 that guy's gonna get hit with a baseball. And they're like, oh yeah, sure, whatever. It's like, yeah, come on, I'll give you guys odds, like $1 each for my 5. And no one took me up on it, but sure enough, 2 minutes later, this guy got pegged right in the kidneys with a baseball, and we all had a good laugh about it. It was, yeah, so I think that'd be kind of interesting. Let's try and gamify that. That'd be funny.
Gamify everything?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be great.
That's really
Did you guys see that video that the Twitter guy Light Camel posted about Arch? It's pretty funny.
Oh yeah, he edited the Game of
Like
Thrones.
Game of Thrones, like yeah, the final
Yeah.
scene of the 8th episode, and just kind of edited the text. Just check it out. I won't spoil it for you.
Yeah, maybe we can
Watch that?
Yeah, we can play that right now.
LITE Camel on Twitter.
Okay.
Or yeah, just play it right now. That would work.
You're doing yours, yeah.
Yeah, I can probably share it on mine. I don't know about Sounder though.
So.
Twitter. So you guys got big plans for the weekend, or you got more development to do?
Yeah, well, I'm supposed to go. It's 10:30. Well, it's almost 11:30 now over here on Saturday night.
So he's not going to be developing too much more tonight.
No.
No, he's got some nice hairstyles. No, he's got nice hairstyles. He's going out to have a drink and have some fun.
I'm going to have a drink.
This is really slow.
Oh, the internet's slow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're running like 2 streams right now.
If you guys send us your address, we can send you some Blocktrail shirts.
Yeah. Send decentralvancouver@gmail.com.
We're actually going to need your postal address to send you the t-shirts because we can't email them to you. If you send us your postal address, we'll definitely get you guys.
Okay, send a postal address.
Okay.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
Who do we send it to? Oh, you got their contact information, right?
Yeah. We'll get in touch with you guys after the show, and yeah, we're definitely keen. I think we have a mailing address, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
What's the mail? Is that thing with the weird?
436 West Hastings or West Pender.
Yeah, that's exactly where we are. Everyone on the internet, if you want to come find us.
436 West Pender.
It's a nice place you guys got there.
No, it's all right. Yeah, I mean, we should come hang out someday, dude. It's really cool down here, especially like in the summertime in Vancouver. I mean, you can't be in a better place. It really is beautiful here. What the hell?
Kind of
is
like
this?
Amsterdam.
Yeah, Amsterdam's nice too. Yeah, we have an ocean though.
So
Yeah. Well, we do kind of as well, right?
Lots of water in it.
this was the video that Light Camel made about Archcoin, where he just did his own titles and
That was
music.
really funny.
Yeah, it was great because hopefully we're not spoiling anyone's Game of Thrones watching right now, but yeah.
Is it episode or something?
And anyone who's listening right now, I'm really sorry because this is a much more visual part of the show.
Yeah.
So,
Just take it off the frame. Take it off the frame. Yeah.
Cool.
Cool. So I guess we did about an hour and 15, an hour and 20. That's not bad.
yeah. No, we've been told by a couple people that the show runs a little bit too long.
Yeah.
So let's keep it brief, and I'll plug the next show just quickly here, guys. So next Friday, we're going to be doing the show in 2 different locations. Freddie will be here in Vancouver. I'm going to be back home in Ontario with hanging out with Not So Fast, and we're going to maybe do a little tour of his mining operation. And he actually bought some podcast equipment. It's going to be really good.
Yeah.
Gambler says he's already cool to talk for a bit. So those 2 guys were on, I think, our second show, and they're the type of traders we love to highlight, where they're a lot more fundamentalists. So yeah.
That's next week.
Yeah, next week, next Friday.
Awesome.
So we'll see you guys, I guess, in the next 1,000 blocks.
Yeah, we should say goodbye to everybody. Nicely.
Yeah. So Alejandro, it was great having you.
Thanks for having me.
And Boaz too. It's great meeting you. And we look forward to working with you on future projects for the space here.
Likewise, for sure.
Yeah, and take good care of yourself, okay?
Sure.
Thank you.
And we got Collin to say goodbye to.
Yeah, Colin.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
It was a pleasure, man. We'll look to have you again soon.
Sounds good.
I love your I love this photo. It's cute.
Yeah, that's the Fallout boy, the pet boy.
That's really funny. Awesome. All right, guys, have a beautiful day.
Yep.
Central
Thanks.
over and out.
You too. Take care.
All right.
Peace.